All right, folks, let's go ahead and do this. This is chapter 2, homework number 1. Number 6, tile pattern has 5 tiles in figure 0. So figure 0, so I'll just write 0. And that's 5 tiles. So you can do it however you want. I'm just going to do it all 5. Actually, I'm not even going to draw it out. I'm just going to do a chart. Okay? That's why chart is always superior, because you do not have to worry about how it looks. So this is figure, and this is tiles. Figure 0 has 5. And add 7 tiles each new figure. Write a linear equation that represents the pattern. Okay, so actually we could do this, or we don't even need it. We already know the pattern. Okay, so figure 1 we have on top of that 7 more. So 5 plus 7, okay, is going to be 12. Figure 2 is going to have 7 more. So that's going to be 19, right? And on and on and on. But we already know the two most important things about this, which is what's going on, what's the pattern, which is adding 7 each time, and what is figure 0, which is 5. Okay, so our equation is going to be something like y equals, and because we're added repeated 7, it's going to be multiplication of 7, so it'll be 7x, and the 0 term is 5, so it's going to be plus 5, because that's your starting. Later on you find out it's given a different name, but for now let's just call that our starting. Okay, Benjamin is taking Algebra 1 and is stuck on a problem shown below. Examine his work so far and help him by showing and explaining the remaining steps. Original problem, okay, you see right there. And it says he knows that. So what did he do? So he took this, which is right here, and he did it 3 times. Right? So that is true. Now he's like, now what? Okay. So what do we say? So we'll just put it equal. And we'll go, well, let's write it for what it is. So 3a negative 2b, let's write it as 3, and there's only one of those, and b, there's only one of those. And negative 2, or a negative 2 means that there's a second down below. So that's 1. And we're going to do the same thing again. 3b, a second down below. And another one. 3b, a second down below. That's what's going on. And then now you're going to put it all together. So what does this make? This is going to be 3 to the third, because there's 1, 2, 3, and b also to the third. 1, 2, 3. So 3 to the third, b to the third, over a to the second. Okay? And if you really want to multiply the 3 to the third, it's 3 times 3, which is 9 times 3. So you can call this 27 b to the third over a second if you want. Okay, but either one is fine. Okay, I am okay with either one. So you can go with this one, or you can go with this one. Okay, and the last one. Expand or examine the function h of x to find the right, then estimate the values below. Okay, so this is what we call function notation. Okay, so h of 1. Right, so here's the function h, which is right here. That's function h. And it keeps going and it keeps going. And we want to find out for my function h, what is the value of the function, which is all that red, when the x is 1. So when x is 1, right? When x is 1, so when x is 1 right there, the function h is on the red, so it's right here. And it looks like it's 2. So that's going to be equal to 2. Okay. What happens when h is 3? Okay, what is that equal to? So again, we're going to put a dot on the 3. So here's 3 on the function. There's 3 on the x. And where's the function h? Where does it live? It lives down here. I'm going to go ahead and say that's going to be about, I don't know what, negative 4? Okay, that's just an estimation. I'm going to go with negative 4. Okay. X when H is 0. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so when H itself is 0. So so here's the function H. Well, when is it 0? Well, it's 0 here, and here, and here, and here. So it's all those x's and here. So it's all these x values. So it looks like, you know what, negative 3, negative 5. So I'm going to say, so what's the x when h is equal to 0? So we'll say when x is negative 5, negative 2, when x is 0, right here, when x is 2, and when x equals, let's see, 3, when x equals 4. Okay, so it's all these places. So this place, so when the function is 0, which means it's right on the flat, so that's negative 5, it's at negative 2, it's at 0, it's at 1, 2, and it's at 4. Okay. Okay, what about when h is negative 1? Right? Or what about the function h when x is negative 1? So here's negative 1 right here. Okay, so where does it live? Well, it lives down here. And that looks like about negative 2, maybe 1.5, negative 1.5. I'll go with negative 2 because it's much easier to write. So it'll be negative 2. Okay. And we'll go with green, dark green. Okay. How about when h is negative 4? Right? What is the value? So let's look for negative 4 on the x. Negative 4 is right here. Okay. Where does the function h, where does it live? It lives all the way up here. Okay, the y value is all the way up there. That looks like maybe roughly 12, maybe 13.